I'm Lisa Blunt Rochester, Senator from the great state of Delaware, here with Ebony. Making history. It's interesting because it's not something I think a lot about. Throughout my life and my career, I think I just really wanted to make a positive impact on the world. There's a saying, the race isn't given to the swift nor to the strong, but to the one, who endures. And I hope that people will see through this journey, number one, do it afraid. I was afraid. I mean, when I ran the first time, I had never run for anything in my life. And people were making fun of me on social media during debates. I was debating lawyers. I'm not a lawyer. They were saying, she looks like a deer in the headlights. I was a deer in the headlights. I was scared, but I did it anyway. I think in terms of perseverance too, it wasn't until after the unexpected passing of my husband from a ruptured Achilles tendon and blood clots went to his heart and lungs. He passed away, love of my life, and it shook me to the core. Even through that journey, it was ups and downs in a very challenging marriage. And one of the reasons I didn't run before was because I was thinking, I can't do this in the situation that I'm in now. And I found a journal entry that I wrote in the year 2000, where it was basically a letter to God. And I wrote all the reasons I couldn't do it. You don't have the money. You don't have the right connections. You don't have. And then the handwriting changed as God was saying back to me, just bloom where you're planted right now. So to me, also part of perseverance is taking that breath and saying, okay, I'm here right now, but I see a vision. There is a purpose for me. And it might be different for everybody, whether it is the arts or whether it is, running a campaign and it may change over the course of your life. But I think part of even being a Black woman is this, we don't give up. We are creative. We find a way. We make a way out of no way. And I think that also means you got to have the right people around you. The idea of having mentors is so important. And I think being non-traditional about them is also important. I think sometimes people think it's an older person to a younger person, but there are a lot of instances where younger people help to mentor older people. Even in my present work, I have an incredible team of people around me that come from different backgrounds, but pretty much everybody's younger than I am. And I look to them for their wisdom. I look to them for their advice. I think there's also a component of it that's a responsibility. I feel, just this week we gave some awards to 2 young students who won scholarships. I gave them my phone number. I'm like, you text me if there's something you need from me. And so I feel like it's a two-way street. And I feel it's necessary, especially with something like running for office. When I ran, like I said, I had never run for anything before. There wasn't a person in front of me in Delaware who had done it before. No woman had ever won either seat, or Black person. And so for me, reaching out to other people, even across the country, there were other Congress people who helped and mentored me and, became my friends to this very day. And, that mentorship of understanding, well, how do you organize? How do you run a campaign? How do you even do this? Is really vital. It is vital. And there's just something special about having a mentor also who you can call, not just in the bad times and not just for advice, but also to celebrate your success. We don't take the time to celebrate our successes. And sometimes we get so caught up in moving on to the next that we don't take that breath to rejoice. The biggest source of my inspiration comes from God. I can do nothing without, and I can do all things through. And, even in the hard times, my inspiration. Sometimes it's just the stopping and being still, which is hard for me because I'm constantly running and moving. But when you stop and be still, then you can hear. I get inspiration from the arts. I love color and creativity and fashion. I love music and dance. I was a dancer as a kid. Did ballet, in my youth, and I love Beyonce. I mean, I'm just all things. I'm in the Beehive. All things Beyonce, and I love her because, first of all, even like this, getting information. Like right now is the moment where we need information, and we need to be information so that we can tackle the things that are in front of us. My inspiration comes from the planet. My inspiration comes from family and friends, my constituents who give me information all the time. All of those things I'm proud of. But I think in the end, what I will be most proud of is making sure we still have a country. Making sure we still have rights. So I will continue to work to allow people to have a strong economy, a planet to live on, and peace.